long ago, a king and a queen lived in a beautiful big palace. The two of them wanted children. It seemed that, day after day, the queen thought, "This would be the day I'm going to have a child." But it would not be. One day a frog jumped out of their pond and said to the queen, "You will soon have a child." The king and queen became hopeful. A few years later a child was born. It was a beautiful girl. She had black hair, blue eyes, and long lashes. The king was thrilled. "A girl, my daughter," thought the king. He decided to have a feast and invited people from everywhere for a celebration. Since the king had room for only 12 people at the most important table, he did not invite one of the 13 wise women of his kingdom. People came from near and far to celebrate the birth of his king's daughter. The 12 wise women came before the king and said, "In your honor, king, we shall give magic gifts for your daughter." One woman gave her health, another gave her beauty, a third wise woman gave her wealth. They each gave the king's daughter wonderful gifts. After the 11th wise woman had spoke, and the uninvited 13 wise women stormed into the palace, she was angry. "You did not invite me," she shouted at the king. "I am going to give the baby a gift too. When she becomes 15, she will find a large round wooden spindle, and when she touches the needle of the spindle, she will die." The guests were horrified. The 13th wise woman stormed out. The king was upset. The last 12th woman said, "Do not worry, I will give her a gift that will take care of that. She will not die, she will fall asleep. She will sleep for years and years." The king sent out a proclamation. The proclamation said that all the spindles in the kingdom would be destroyed by fire. The king cherished and loved his daughter. He wanted her to grow up and live a long life. He ordered the people to find their spindles and throw them out. There seemed to be no more spindles in the country. When the girl was 15, her parents, the king and queen, were away. The girl was playing alone, and she was curious to see what was upstairs in the palace. She found a key and unlocked one of the doors. Inside, she saw an old woman sitting behind a round wooden spindle, spinning thread. The girl approached her and said, "What is that?" The woman said, "Oh, this is a round wooden spindle. Would you like to try it?" "Yes, please," the girl answered. The witch crackled with glee. The girl touched the spindle and pricked her finger. Immediately she fell into a deep sleep. The witch laughed and thought, "She is dead." The witch went away. The girl slept. People in the kingdom heard about Sleeping Beauty. They took her body and laid her in bed. They folded her arms and put a flower between her hands. Many years passed. Princes came and tried to climb the tower where she slept. No one could do it. They fell and hurt themselves or died trying to go to the Sleeping Beauty. Fathers and grandfathers warned their children, "Do not try to climb the tower. If you do, you will die." There was a stubborn prince who decided to try. People tried to change his mind, but he would not listen. He rode his horse to the big castle. The grounds were filled with vines and brambles. He struggled through and climbed the tower. Inside, he saw people asleep. The horses leaned over sleeping. The king and queen slept. The birds had stopped flying. The cows had stopped chewing. The birds had stopped flying. And the people slept with their mouths open. Bugs climbing the walls had stopped where they were. He thought, "They have been there for years." He continued to climb. He saw a girl sleeping. As he looked at her, he thought, "She is beautiful." His heart filled with love. He walked to the bed and began to kiss her. The girl's eyes fluttered open. She looked around. The prince stared at her. All around, every person, animal, bird, and insect woke up. The cows started to chew. The bugs climbed the walls. The birds started to fly again. The horses stood up. The king and queen woke up. The prince's kiss broke the witch's spell. The prince and his Sleeping Beauty were married and lived happily ever after. The end.